Hey everybody, MJ here. In this video, I wanted to do a tier list of all of the Fallout games slash Fallout games DLC tier list. What, in my opinion, what I think these games will go into. Now, first of all, I'm going to be adding Fallout and Fallout 2 and Tactics to, I haven't played because I haven't played them yet. I will be updating my scores. I might do it another time into a short or in future. I still need to play through these games. But right now, we're just going to be looking at 76, 3, New Vegas, Fallout Shelter, Fallout 4, and then we're also going to be looking at all of the DLC for those games. So this is going to be like a complete tier list. If you're new to Fallout games as well, for example, if you've watched the TV show, consider this your what should I play first, and then what should I play last? And I'm going to try to give my honest opinion. I'm going to be looking at the games of what they are now, not what they are at, let's say, when they launched. Like, for example, Fallout 76, I'm not going to give a D just because, it's not a fan favorite. But we're just going to get started. So we are going to start with Fallout 3. Now, for Fallout 3, I'd probably give an A just because it is the start to the third person, Fallout experience, right? It's the first game that took into a first person slash third person shooter, but this did an extremely good job with it, in my opinion. I played it the first time I played it was like 6-7 years ago. I adored it. I played it after Fallout 4, absolutely loved it. Not many complaints. The writing was fantastic. The choices you can make, albeit Broken Steel, really saved the game for me because the ending I did not like, so that's why I'm not putting it an S. Like, the entire game is amazing. It's just I hated the way they handled the endings. Like when Todd Howard said, 300 different endings, affect how you play the game, and it didn't matter. So next we're going to be moving on to Fallout Shelter. We're going from 3 to Fallout Shelter. Fallout Shelter, I'd probably give a C. Now, this depends. If it's like the console version, it's a D. But we're going to go with mobile, so it's a C. It is a pretty good mobile game. Like, for a mobile game, it's filled with microtransactions, obviously. It's the way they make their money. But for a Fallout game, it is a very unique twist and spin on how, Fallout is created. I thought it was awesome when I played it when I was younger. I loved, managing my, residents. And they've added a lot of updates. Like, you can go on quests now. But I wouldn't recommend this to be, your first Fallout game. If you want a Fallout experience on mobile, 100% try it out. But for now, I'd leave it at C. Next, we're going with Fallout 4. I would put Fallout 4 at A as well, just because this is my first Fallout game I've ever played. I adored it. The only issue I would have with it was the writing, the writing on the actual main story. I love this game. Other than that, the characters are awesome. The world is awesome. The gunplay is awesome. Just it's the story that really gets me. I'm just not a fan of, I really enjoy the story too, having all these 4 factions vying for power. It's just how it's handled. The writing itself, in the way the player dialogue works, where it's only 4 choices, so they have to restrict what you're doing. It must have been hard for Bethesda to always think of 4 choices, which is usually just yes, no, sarcastic, or question. That's exactly what they did for all of their choices. So it was, just annoying. Now, Fallout New Vegas. We're gonna put it in A, just because I don't think it's an S tier game. I love the game. Again, I think the writing in Fallout New Vegas is the best writing ever in a Fallout game in general, but it's just not S tier. And some people might get mad at me for that. I love Fallout New Vegas. I'm telling you right now, I adore the game, but it's not on the level of just I think they all tie each other, in my personal opinion. They all have strengths that the other games don't. I think Fallout 4 has the best characters and has the best just kind of factions, let's say. I think New Vegas has the best writing, and 3, it's just the start to it all. And finally, Fallout 76. I adore this game, so it would be biased. I'm going to give it a B, just because it's not the best Fallout, obviously, right? The writing and all the games above are better. The characters are better, but the gameplay itself is awesome. The map is also awesome. So there are a lot of things that I would do with 76 that, look, I could put it in S tier if I wanted to, just because I really enjoy the game. I think it's actually really good, but for the sake of this tier list and also of being fair to the game, 76 is not an S or an A. It is a B. Doesn't mean it's a bad game, just means it's not on the level I'd say of Fallout 4. I think I've had more enjoyment out of, say, New Vegas with its story, or 4 or 3 with its characters, than 76. 76 I've definitely had fun because it's multiplayer, but that's about it. If it was a single player game, I probably would have enjoyed it less. And now we're going to be moving on to the DLC expansion. This is where the majority of the video is going to be. So we are going to start with Broken Steel. I would give Broken Steel a B. That's where I would start off Broken Steel with, just because, look, it's basically what we should have had at the end of Fallout 3. This should have been the ending to Fallout 3, right? You wake up, you finish off the Enclave. That's exactly how the game should have ended. And, they just had to, it's paid DLC as well. It's paid to finish the game, really. They didn't actually finish it. This is fixing the ending, but you had to pay $8 for it. So I wasn't a fan of that. Automatron. I think this is an A. Now, before you start disliking the video, I really enjoyed this. I know it's short, but the amount of customization and the actual kind of like story and using the Mechanist was really cool. I really did enjoy this DLC. Even for 6 hours, like it was $20, it was a 6 hour DLC, but the amount of like customization that you get, and especially after you complete the quest line, you can build anything you want with a robot. Like you could have a Protectron with a security Tron, like our Sentry bot, like legs. It was so cool. Contraptions, F. No, I don't need to go further into it. Far Harbor, S. Immediate S. This is holy shit. Far Harbor is an S. It is the best DLC I think I've ever played. I really enjoyed Far Harbor. I mean, like everything about it. Bringing back Nick Valentine, Dima, the Brotherhood can get involved, the Institute can get involved, the Railroad can get involved, all the factions except the Minutemen can get involved. The story is fantastic. Like if Far Harbor was Fallout 4's story, was the main story, I would have no issue with that. It would be amazing. This is where they took their shitty dialogue system and they actually made something of it. Like they made choices matter. You could destroy the entire parts of a map, right? Far Harbor Town, for example, you could rip apart. It doesn't matter. The choices that you can make here, you can destroy the entire like kind of, synth refuge up north, right? I mean, you could destroy the Children of Atom with their own nuke. Like there's so many things that you can do in Far Harbor and the amount of places to explore. I don't think I've ever explored all of the places in Far Harbor like I did, say, in the main game. But Far Harbor is definitely yes. Nuka World, I would give an A. Now again, Nuka World, I really enjoyed, but yeah, it's just not S tier. It's not up there for me like Far Harbor is. I just think Nuka World is very good. I really enjoy being able to become a raider and killing people in the Commonwealth. I just think like it's a way for you to actually challenge the Minutemen, right? Because you can't really be bad to the Minutemen. But even then, like even if you are bad with the Minutemen, I mean, if you go the raider route, you're screwed with the Minutemen, right? Preston gets mad at you. He's like, you used to be a general, now you're a raider overboss. And I really think it's cool. I just think they could have went more in depth with it instead of just raider settlement building. Like I really feel like, okay, it would have been really cool, say, if we could take the castle as a raider, or if we could take all the main areas as a raider. Now you can do that with mods, but those are with mods, right? I mean, adding mods to an experience, it's just not. Vault-Tec, I'd give a D. The only reason I'd give a D is because I really enjoyed the vault building, and I actually did kind of like the little side story with it, but it's obviously not up here with anything else. Wasteland Workshop, it's an F. I don't need to. This is Dead Money, also S. Straight up S, like no doubt. I mean, Dead Money, I heavily enjoyed. Like, absolute banger of banger, just amazing DLC. I thought it was awesome. Everything about it, from the characters to the world, just everything. I think the Dead Money DLC and a lot of the other, like, especially the Fallout New Vegas DLCs were better than the main game, for example. Like, I really enjoyed Dead Money, like, with Elijah and with seeing everybody, like Dog or God. I love that stuff, man. It was awesome. Everything about Dead Money I really enjoyed. I also love how the message is to let go, right? Let go of the belongings, let go of the gold at the end. And you can still take it. Like, I always take like 8 bars because I never figured out how to take all of it. But I always take like 8 to 10 bars, as much as I can. And then boom, I got like 100 and something thousand caps, right? I mean, it's the message to look, you can't take it, let it go. What Obsidian should have done really is like, made it like where you couldn't pick it up or something. So like you had to let it go, or, like it's like 1,000 pounds per bar or something. Like you just couldn't pick it up. But I really enjoyed Dead Money. Point Lookout. I've only played through Point Lookout once, and I did not enjoy it. I was not a fan of Point Lookout. I actually did not like it at all, realistically. I mean, I wouldn't get, like, not like didn't like it, but I just didn't think it was up to the level of, say, like these games. Like, I've played Point Lookout before Broken Steel. I enjoyed Broken Steel a lot more than Point Lookout, but it was still fun. Like, there was a story to it. It was cool. The enemies were cool. The guns were awesome, but I just wouldn't give, Point Lookout that much praise. Courier Stash, I haven't played it. I don't know. Gunrunner's Arsenal, haven't looked. Honest Hearts, S. Like, holy shit. The Burning Man, oh my god, my guy. Joshua Graham, one of the best written Obsidian characters I think I've ever heard in my entire life. That's all I need to say. Nothing else needs to be added. Amazing. Lonesome Road, I would give an A here. Lonesome Road, 100% an A. The only reason I'm not giving an S is because of the challenge, and I get it's for like low-end level game players, but the challenge can just be stupid. The tunnelers can just be so stupid sometimes and just so broken, but the story itself, and sometimes the talking with Ulysses, it's just so long. Like, it takes like 8 minutes to finish a discussion, and I love listening to it because it's so well written, but sometimes it's just too long, man. I just want to get back into the game. Fallout 3 Mothership Zeta, I would also give an A. Now, I know a lot of people love this DLC. I very much enjoyed it as well. I just thought it was like just really confusing for me, at least with the map. Like what I remember playing of it, the map was really confusing, but at the end too, like after you finish it and you get the alien guns, oh my god, everything in the Capital Wasteland was my bitch. Like I turned everything into my bitch. Nothing got to stand in my way. Like I adored it, man. It was awesome. Okay, Nuclear Winter. Hear me out. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. The battle royale itself was awesome. I don't even want to hear complaints about it. The battle royale was awesome. I don't want to hear the complaining in the comments. What are you even fucking talking about? I really enjoyed Nuclear Winter. I know they removed it, but they removed it because they didn't work on it. But at launch, Nuclear Winter was actually really goddamn good. The rewards were really cool. The lore behind it as well was awesome. Like I thought everything about it was awesome. Now, again, like you're putting this above like Nuka World and New Vegas Lonesome Road, yes, because the gameplay experience was awesome. And if gameplay can surpass over story, gameplay will win every single time. Old World Blues, another S tier. I mean, honestly, the effect where I can, not get poisoned by those Cazadors anymore was the reason I did this DLC. Like, I'm gonna be honest, the weapons and the, like, you could switch out your organs for these mechanical parts that give you bonuses. I absolutely loved. Everything about it I thought was really cool. I love talking with the characters again. I love seeing like the little foreshadowing with Ulysses and with all those characters. I think Christine was on the Big Mountain as well. I thought a lot of things here were really cool, and Old World Blues, man, is just an absolutely peak game DLC. Operation Anchorage. Another A, honestly. Like, I loved Operation Anchorage as well. I mean, I thought it was really good. It wasn't very, like, story-driven. It was a lot more gameplay-focused, but, like, the guns you get, especially the weapons you get out of it at the end once you finish the simulation, absolutely awesome. Like, absolutely awesome. And the story to go along with it, how, the United States took back, Anchorage with the T-45 power armor suits. I thought it was really cool. You can get like the Chinese or the I think it's Chinese general, right? You can get the Chinese general to kill himself at the end with his sword. It's like this cool animation. You finish it. I thought it was a really cool DLC. Fallout 3: The Pit. I would give this a B just because I wasn't the biggest fan of the Pit. I was not like a super duper fan of the Pit. I enjoyed the DLC for what it was, but again, it was kind of like Point Lookout. It wasn't very interesting. I liked the map. I liked the area, but the story itself just wasn't very interesting. I mean, like it was okay, but like it wasn't anything up there with Mothership Zeta. I mean, again, for a gameplay perspective, Nuclear Winter, Anchorage. Now, Wild Appalachia. I enjoyed this DLC, but it could have been more. I really enjoyed the Sheep Squatch quest line. I really enjoyed Fashnot. I really enjoyed a lot of the stuff they added, but it's not like up there, It's not up there with like, Nuclear Winter. I thought Nuclear Winter was better than Wild Appalachia, but I really did enjoy Wild Appalachia because it brought in survival mode, but survival mode was broken as shit, but it was still really cool. Now, Wastelanders. Wastelanders, it's an A. I would give Wastelanders an A. This is the DLC that fixed 76, like, in my opinion. They brought back a new currency. You get your NPCs back, so many new guns. I mean, it probably brought me, like, hundreds of more hours into the game. So I was actually really excited for Wastelanders. I mean, I remember, like, April 7th was the release date in 2020. They delayed it by a week, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna lose my mind. We had to wait another week, man. You know how annoying that was for it to be, like, March 30-something, and then they delayed it a week? I was pissed, but you know what? It was worth it because they fixed the last few issues out and they needed to do that. Now, Legendary Run, I'm going to just put into Battle Passes because they specified Legendary Run, but because I don't see anything else being, the Battle Pass system, I'm going to give this an A just because I thought that, no, I'm going to give it, yeah, I'll keep it an A. I'm going to give the Legendary Run and just Battle Passes in general an A. What they've continued to do now is with their Season Passes, I'm not a fan of, but the scoreboards I loved, honestly. I thought with like the best battle pass system, they were free. They were a long grind, yes, but they were free, right? So if you spend an hour a day playing, I mean, you can get this in like 2 months, right? I understand 2 months, like, wow, that's a lot of time where I could just grind it out in a week. I get that, but like it's free too, right? And it keeps you incentivized to keep playing, right? So you can't finish it in a week, don't touch it for 4 months, come back. You play the game repeatedly, which I thought was, I mean, I love that it was free. One Wasteland. This is an S tier. Now, hear me out. One Wasteland fundamentally fixed 76 as well and introduced daily ops, and I loved One Wasteland because it took every single area and made it useful. Now, I could actually say farm enemies in 76 in the forest, in low-level areas, because they adhere to my level, right? I'm not stuck, always going to West Tech or White Springs Golf Course and getting level like 30 sometimes because another level 30 is nearby, right? So it goes to the lowest level. It always ranks up to my level, and they can go up to level 100 too, so I get even more XP. It was one of the best DLC additions that they added. Yes, I would say better than Wastelanders because this fundamentally changed the gameplay of Fallout 76. Now, Steel Dawn. I thought it was worse than Wastelanders. I really enjoyed Steel Dawn, but again, like it's just introducing the Brotherhood. It's nothing crazy. Steel Dawn is good, but it's nothing like insane, right? I mean, I heavily did enjoy it, but I mean, like I did enjoy the story behind it too, and we go into Steel Rain after. I thought it was a good introduction to the Brotherhood, of still helping them get established, but it wasn't up to the par of Wastelanders. Fallout 76 Locked and Loaded, I mean, I give a C. It's about the same as Battle Appalachia. Like I'm pretty sure it just added more events and more changes to events. It wasn't anything crazy, but like that's about it. And then Expeditions the Pit. Now I am also going to count the Atlantic City expeditions because they don't have it on this. The expeditions in general, I give an S just because like the Pit and Atlantic City expeditions, they are very good. On a gameplay perspective, they are perfect for endgame farming. They are perfect for endgame players to do runs. And I think it's awesome because it's, again, with the gameplay perspective of Nuclear Winter was awesome. One Wasteland, it changed the gameplay. Expeditions, it changed the endgame. Right? Even Legendary Run. I mean, like, it might not be good for, like, a DLCs, but, like, the Battle Passes, they change the game. When something can fundamentally change the game for the better, I will give it an S or an A tier. Now, from the stars, this is the event where the aliens came down. Again, I'd give it the C treatment. I mean, it was okay. Like, I liked the event, it gave good rewards, but that's about it. Now, the worlds are changing. This gets an F, because this was useless. I mean, it's fun one time, but you have to pay Fallout first to even get it, and, like, it just wasn't, it wasn't like anything crazy. Like, okay, look, you can change, settings so I can do more damage and launch enemies, but it's fun for about 20 minutes and then you're done, right? Like, I wouldn't recommend normally playing on these servers. I mean, they're just, I know you can, like, I think they're, like, they're continuous, so if you leave and come back, you'll have your builds and everything, and you can make huge build areas, but other than that, like, it's not good at all. Like, it's a waste of money, because you have to pay to get the DLC. They literally locked, and they do have a free world that they change every week, so say, like, you'll do more damage, and you can challenge yourself, but other than that, like, the actual private world system is garbage. And Steel Rain, I'd give an A, just because it was better than Steel Dawn. It did have like a better, I'd say, ending to it. I think the ending was a lot more kicked up and more ramped up than the start. The start was slow, but the ending was awesome. I thought it was awesome. The ending was great. They had the Joshua Graham, the guy up here, the voice actor. He voice acted one of the characters in both the DLCs. I thought was awesome. I lost my shit in the Steel Rain when I realized it was his voice actor. I'm like, oh my god, Bethesda got this man back to do an expansion for Fallout 76. I was losing my mind. But yeah, that's about it for my tier list. I mean, here's my game tier list. And A is Fallout 4, Fallout 3, New Vegas. B, 76. C, Fallout Shelter. I still do need to play these games. Yes, I know I need to play these games. I will get right on that. And then, obviously, it's mainly the DLC that are just huge, right? I mean, I don't know if I've missed any DLC. I feel like I missed one. Like, I feel like there's one... No, because Honest Hearts, Dead Money... Yeah, no, there's nothing I'm missing. No, I got all the DLC. But this is my tier list for Fallout DLC and expansions. I mean, if you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, and subscribing if you so choose to. If this helped you choose what game to buy, I mean, if you had my recommendation for, like, what would you want to play first, I'd say Fallout 4, just because it's the easiest one to get into, and then go backwards, and then move to 76 after you finished all the single-player ones, so you weren't stuck going in between, because if you enjoy 76, you will get addicted. I promise you that. It's hard for me to put down the game right now, so... It's just awesome. And all these DLCs, I mean, definitely, if you're playing Fallout 4, the first DLC I recommend you play is Far Harbor. It is the best story DLC I think I've ever played in my life. Considering as well, since the rest of the DLCs, I mean, Dead Money, Honest Hearts, a lot of it is New Vegas DLC, right? Lonesome Road, again, very well written, but just, slow. So, I'm going to stop rambling now. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all for watching this video, and a massive thank you to our channel members. If you want to become a channel member as well, click the link down in the description below. Thank you all so much, and I will see you all in the next video.